Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng has revealed yet another billion ringgit scandal involving a unit of the MOF previously hidden in the ministry's red files. Surya Strategic Energy Resources was charged with two projects, the multi-product pipeline and Trans-Sabah gas pipeline, worth a total 9.4 billion ringgit. Work began last April, but despite being just 13% completed, 8.3 billion ringgit or 88% of the entire amount due had already been drawn down. According to Lim, both projects were awarded to China Petroleum Pipeline Bureau in 2016. The agreements were signed by SSER Chairman Tan Sri Irwan Seriga, who also happens to be the then Treasury Secgen. Lim says this sum does not include two other consultancy deals and a maintenance contract inked for the two projects and awarded to China companies, totaling an additional 1 billion ringgit. He adds that SSER is an offshoot by the same people behind SRC International. Dato Muhammad Azhar Osman Khairuddin, who is SSER's president, is also on the board of Putrajaya Perdana, a firm with direct ties to Loh Teck Joe. The government will now investigate the possibility of money laundering and may seek Beijing's assistance to help trace the flow of funds in China. Bank Negara and the MOF have declined to comment on talk that Governor Tan Sri Muhammad Ibrahim has offered to resign. A central bank spokesperson merely said no comment at this point, while the MOF said Minister Lim Guan Eng would field questions at his next press conference. Mohammed succeeded Tan Sri Dr. Zati Akhtar Aziz on May 1, 2016. Under his watch, Bank Negara is believed to have overpaid for a tract of land it had bought from the MOF when it forked out 2.1 billion ringgit for the transaction. The deal was the subject of controversy, mainly because it came around the time that 1MDB was required to make a final payment of some $600 million to Abu Dhabi's IPIC. Mohammed had maintained that the deal was agreed upon by both parties based on market price and supported by an independent private sector property valuation firm. However, on May 24th, the MOF confirmed that the former government had used money from the transaction to help bail out 1MDB. Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor was questioned by the MACC for 3 hours today in relation to SRC International, formerly a unit of scandal-ridden 1MDB. The wife of former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak did not speak to the press. Her lawyers said she gave her utmost cooperation and will extend further cooperation as and when sought after by the agency. They did not entertain any questions by reporters. AFP had earlier reported that her questioning would be intense and thorough. Quoting MACC's ex-Investigations and Intelligence Director, Dato' Abdul Razak Idris, it said that Rosmah may also be asked to reveal her bank accounts. She is also expected to have been grilled about the source of the cash, jewellery and handbags seized during raids on condominiums linked to Najib and his family. The Housing and Local Government Ministry will look at the feasibility of redeveloping the land on which the ill-fated Highland Towers in Ulu Klang, Selangor is located. Minister Zuraida Kamarudin says the plot is premium land and could generate income for the country. However, the ministry will first have to identify the owners and look into the legal cases related to the incident. Despite the tragedy, Zuraida says the value of the land has not been affected much due to its strategic location. On December 11, 1993, one of the blocks at the Highland Towers collapsed due to a major landslide, killing 48 people. The other two blocks were then evacuated and have been left abandoned ever since. AirAsia Group has refuted reports that the company and its group CEO Tan Sri Tony Fernandes had been summoned by India Police for questioning. In a Bursa filing today, AirAsia said neither the carrier nor Fernandes, in his personal capacity, has received any such notice as of today. Last Friday, the Times of India reported that Fernandes had been summoned via email to appear before the Central Bureau of Investigation on June 6th. According to the report, the CBI intends to question Fernandes regarding approval to invest in India. It is also said to be intending to ask about his alleged efforts to get the aviation rules relaxed to allow AirAsia India to fly international routes.